Relational Data Model (RDM). Properties of Relational Data Model. A relational database appears as a collection of tables, relations to user. There is a set of operators for partitioning and combining. The connections are made on the basis of data. The users do not need to know how the data is stored physically. There is full data independence. The hierarchical model. The hierarchical model is the most natural data model. The hierarchical data model uses the tree-like structure to represent relationship among records. The properties of hierarchical model. A hierarchical model starts with a parent node. A parent node can have one or more child nodes. Node consists of one or more attributes. A node is accessed through its parent. The main disadvantages of hierarchical model is that if we delete parent node, then child node will be deleted automatically. The network model. The network model is powerful but complicated. A network database is a collection of nodes and links such that any node can be linked to any other, perhaps multiple times. The links are threads by which you can quickly reply to a query. Types of databases. Databases are essential for record keeping. You can set up databases with database software packages or even spreadsheet applications. Either way, both include options for database tables. Establishing database tables are a big part of database design, and the number of database tables is the main contrast between flat file and relational databases. Flat file database. Flat file is a database with one database table. One single database table can include all the database fields. A single table flat file database can be okay if the database is only a small one with a few fields. However, some require much larger and more extensive databases with lots of fields. With lots of multiple fields, some record details can then become duplicated within a single database table. As such, flat file databases are not ideal for larger database models. Flat file, one table. Relational database. Relational databases are more widespread than the flat file database alternatives. They break up the single table of flat file database model. Therefore, relational databases are split up into multiple database tables with methods for the tables to work together. These tables then need to be linked in some way by the database designer. Links are established with primary and foreign keys, which are unique identifiers for the database tables. These links between the database tables are known as relationships and be one-to-one, many-to-one, or one-to-many. Customer, one-to-many relationship, rental, DVD. Keys. Each table has a set of attributes, and values of each attribute are different from each other in the form of data types. Each table has a number of rows that represent to a single record. So, how do databases keep all of these records straight? It's through the use of keys. Primary key. Primary key uniquely identifies each record in the table. Primary key consists of a single attribute or multiple attributes in a combination. Properties of primary key. It must have a non-null value for each instance of the entity. The value must be unique for each instance of the entity. The value must not change or become null during the life of each entity. Table name, primary key attributes. Student admission number, employee employment number, customer, customer number, teacher, teacher number, department, department number. Foreign key. The foreign key refers to a referencing key present in child table to a matching value in a column in another table, that is the parent. It cannot contain the values other than that column. It can contain the duplicate values also. Candidate key. In some instances, an entity will have more than one attribute that can serve as a primary key. Any key or minimum set of keys that could be a primary key is called a candidate key. Once candidate keys are identified, choose one and only one primary key for each entity. Let's assume that for each employee in an organization, there are 3 candidate keys: employee's ID, social security number, and insurance policy number. So you can choose only one column as a primary key. Properties of CK are same as of PK. Alternate key. The candidate key which is not chosen as a primary key is known as alternate key. Let's assume that for each employee in an organization, there are 3 candidate keys: employee's ID, social security number, and insurance policy number that serve as unique identifiers in the given table. If, for example, employment ID was chosen as primary key, then social_security_number and insurance_policy_number would become the alternate key. Combination of employment_ID, social_security_number, and insurance_policy_number is known as candidate key. Tables. A table is a collection of data related to a single topic, and a database that is a collection of tables. A table organizes the information about a single topic into rows and columns. Parts of a table. Columns. The columns of a table are also called attributes. The column is the vertical part of a table. Rows. This is the horizontal part of the table. One row represents one record of the table. The row of a table is also called tuple. Cell. Cell is a small rectangular box that contains a value in the table. It is an intersection point of row and column. Degree. The number of attributes in a table is called the degree of the table. Cardinality. The number of rows in the table is called its cardinality. Suppose there are 10 records in the table, so the cardinality of the table is 10. Queries. The purpose of a database is not only to store and accumulate information, but also to ensure information retrieval according to specific criteria. A query can be used for selection of information in one or several tables. The result of a query can be displayed in data table, form, and report views. It is possible to specify the table fields to be included. Forms. In databases, it is possible to use forms for the creation, display, and modification of records. Data entry in a form is visually easier to understand than in a table and is simpler for the user. Forms may contain fields for data entry, field descriptions, names, action buttons, menus, pictures, and design elements. Reports. Reports are usually used to print out information with a particular design. Reports are created using query or table data. Creating database reports is ideal when you want to provide hard copy printouts for review at a meeting. Include data from your site in a printed publication. Mark up the information in your database that needs updating. Note, there are different types of layouts available for forms and reports. A user